Hello and welcome to another episode of the TechConnect podcast. I'm your host Tawhida Ali, and today we'll be talking about the rise of behavioral AI. And I'll let my co-host introduce herself first.
Hello guys, my name is Caroline Wavinya.
Karo, wajua siku hizi AI ya kujua hata kuliko beshte yako. It knows everything about you more than your own best friend.
Yeah, and as you see nowadays a lot of people, like all of us, use smartphones. And as we talk about this topic, I feel like smartphones have actually evolved a lot. They've just stopped being like the normal communication devices we used to have.
It's more than the communication.
Yeah, you see, simu ziko na tuseme AI features integrated in them. So these AI features, they are sort of learning whatever we do, whatever we want, and the things, like totally the things that we do with our phones.
Yeah, because kama sahi, right now if I go to Google, I just type a letter, let's say T, it already knows what I'm looking for. And the first thing that maybe I'm looking for, iko hapo on the first, like the first choice is there.
True.
So that shows that all the details we feel, it's not only I think about the details, but the patterns. Because people say like AI knows us because of the details we feed it. No, it's more than the details, it's the patterns. Because let's say AI, my phone already knows I wake up at this time. And the moment I wake up, the first app I open, let's say it's WhatsApp. After WhatsApp, let's say I go to Instagram. So it kind of knows, oh, so this is how this person's routine is. So for it to predict your next move, it becomes easier.
The other day, I just saw a notification from Google Maps, and then ilikuwa imeniletea, I didn't know it actually collects such data. Ikaniletea places I have visited, and then it had even counts of the number of times I've gone to those places. For example, like Sarit, I looked at it and it had like all the data. Like,
Wow.
I went to Sarit like 7 times. I went this and this time. I went to this and this stalls in Sarit. It has like it's like the location will track to all the things that
That's
I did
scary.
there. I did there. Then it had like data for the areas I visited for like this month, where I've gone, and the times I went there, all of it. Then I was like, okay, I've had this one for the longest time, but I didn't actually know like such data is collected in my phone. And it's a bit scary at some point because, for example, if someone gets access to
it and be like, oh, like, I know where I can get Karo at this time. Maybe this is where she is. This is what she could be doing.
Yeah. Even in like apps, sometimes you can be like in WhatsApp ama tu uko kwa ChatGPT and you want to like type something as you've said in Google. If sahi ulikuwa unataka kuandika good times, when you write good, ina fill up the rest. It's like the number of time you've typed that thing, so it's predicting probably you want to type the same thing that time.
Actually, the same thing happens to me when I use WhatsApp when I'm texting people. Let's say I'm texting you, let's say assalam. I haven't finished that ishaniletea wa alaikum. Ama how vipi hali, it's just taps the next name, let's say it's Karo. Vipi hali Karo, it just fills in and I'm like, this is crazy. Because sometimes it actually, even sometimes when I've already written a word, let's say I've written gone, but that's not what I wanted to write. It just changes for me.
True.
And I'm like, did I tell you to change?
But I feel like this prediction is actually something nice because at times you don't need to keep on feeding the same information. Like, for example, when you are using like the ride hailing apps, you don't have to be inputting your location all the time. At sometimes you might want to commute, ama you might want to go to work. Then the moment you open it,
your workplace is in the first place.
Inakuletea tuseme Krishna, it brings Krishna as the first nini. Or alternatively, before you even type, after you tap your like to fill in the space, Krishna inajileta hapo, which is actually nice because Probably lazy times, it helps.
Yeah, but still, I think about security. That's something concerning. Because if some, as you said, someone can just get my phone and learn about me because AI has all my details. I've actually realized this also from ChatGPT. Sometimes when you ask it a question, it will tell you based on what I know about you. It literally
Yeah.
tells you that based on what I know about you, this and this is suitable. This and this, you can work on them and do it this way. So I'm like, okay, it could be nice. At the same
Yeah.
time, it's kind of, we have question marks there.
But not even about, at some point, it might not even be about you leaving your phone somewhere. It might be about at times whereby you find that you have, let's say, your account logged in different devices, and things
Yeah.
happen. You might misplace your phone, you might leave your device unlocked, and then someone can just access it. But on the other side, you have to ask yourself before you start saying, nashangaa vile chat GPT imejua nataka hii. You have to ask yourself, how did it know about this? And I feel like this is what happens. You see, like when you go to TikTok, the, the replays of things, the things you watch most, it's like,
It already has
yeah,
predicted, oh,
yeah,
this means she likes this kind of content. So those will be the next content on your FYP. Actually, that's happened. But sometimes, I don't know if it has ever occurred to you. For me, sometimes there might be some song on my mind. Just
you
a
thought about
content.
buying
Yeah, I've
something.
just thought about it. And then the moment I enter TikTok, that's the first video that's popping up. And I haven't searched, I haven't, but that's the first thing. So I don't know at this point.
At some point, it's weird. It's
Yeah,
weird, but it
cause
happens.
ama utapata yaweza kuwa kuna siku hata I've even realized, I don't know, I was sitting with someone who was singing a song, and then the moment you open TikTok, that was the song.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is crazy.
Even at times whereby, for example, today you searched about a particular shoe, probably you just tapped kwa bahati mbaya zile suggestions,
Yeah.
and then at the course of the day upate like your feed has become about that tuseme hiking shoe, that perfume you were looking for. It's the like tuseme hiyo ni algorithm yake
Yeah.
ilichukua, then ikaona like you want such type of a content and yet you have not been satisfied, so inakuletea
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
them.
just like YouTube, I guess. Also, like I listen to music, and sometimes I'm like, today I feel like listening, let's say, to Kenyan songs. The next moment I feel like listening to bongo songs. And what my YouTube does, it just creates a mix for me, and it's mixed. It's like that it's putting all of
Inakupaka
them together.
playlist.
Yeah, a playlist of all of the songs that I like listening to together. And
Yeah.
I didn't tell it to do it, but it's just predicted that these are the kind of things she likes to listen to.
Yeah, but at the same time, we should also look at the good side of it, because
Yeah.
at times it brings like sort of personalized recommendation. Because right now, suppose now our feeds give the same things, and probably you are not even interested in the things that which are on my
FYP, yeah.
Yeah, it will be like sort of boring. But the patterns, after it reads the patterns, it knows whatever you want, so you don't have to watch whatever I watch without you wanting to watch it, which is actually something beneficial.
Yeah, adding on that, I also feel like it somehow helps with security.
Yeah.
Because ukiangalia kama, let's say, for bank account, if I have a bank account, maybe they check on how I type my work, my details za bank, ama how I navigate the app, my usual habits, because lazima nikiingia kwa a digital banking app, lazima kuna zile those habits. It's actually collect that, and hata sahi, let's say if someone is going to use that same app, obviously venye wewe unaingia si venye mimi naingia kwa hiyo app. venye wewe the first thing that you usually search is not the first thing that I usually do. So definitely hapo it can create itakuwa na like it's kind of will be this could not be the user, the daily user mwenye hii simu, so it maybe sends like a warning ama like an email to let you know that something fishy is happening. I've actually even noticed that with my Snapchat. There's a time I logged in with my other account and it sent me an email like there is a suspicious account which has logged in your account. So if it's not you, work on that. I'ma verify that. Which actually helps because it already knows this is this person's details, this is this person's pattern and everything. Yeah, it kind of helps.
Even when it comes to like things to do with customer service, as we talked in like the previous episode, that personalization, you see, if I visit your site,
yeah,
and I've already logged my details in there, it will make like my satisfaction more like equal to equal sawa na equal poor as your customer.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it will save me time for doing what, for logging in like the same details over and over again. So after I log into your site, if it's something I want to get, if it's an inquiry I was making about something I reported or said earlier, it will give a personalized feedback about that thing. It will not get me to waiting probably for feedback, for a long time of getting feedback. So the AI will just do the work for probably your company, and that will give a very good customer satisfaction.
Yeah, and also do you know that it can help us in checking our health?
Yeah.
Because with the smart watches that have like the health tools like watching sleep apnea, heart rate and everything. Let's say sahi my sleeping patterns ziko kidogo zinasumbua. Let's say leo may notice this is how I slept. The next day you can notice like there is no progress. Kuna venye it can warn you and let you know like you need to work on this. Maybe you need to visit a doctor.
Yeah.
You know, at least it gives you caution, which is actually a nice thing because sasa if I don't know what's happening, if I don't know if the report it's giving me ikoje, at least with it like warning me, ama give me a caution, it's helping me health wise.
Yeah, even when it comes to like, as we've talked about the banks and stuff, you see, I feel like banks rely on behavioral AI to like identify the suspicious activities.
Yeah, that's so true.
Juu unaweza pata like things like biometrics, you know, there's a way you can input it at many times.
Yeah.
Like the app ikatae kufunction for you. Even the typing rhythms.
Yeah.
Say when you input your password, because you are used to it, it's not the same way if you give me your phone, I will input that password. So if probably they detect that sort of lagging.
And that's why sometimes when you even open these apps, they keep on telling you like, we'll lock you out. Because I believe that maybe they feel like, hapa kuna kitu suspicious that's happening.
Especially when it comes to inputting biometrics. Sometimes you can input it. I've seen it actually in loop. I can input the biometric, but I might need to also input my
the password.
PIN. Yeah. You know, sometimes I might be looting you when you are unconscious.
Yeah.
Because I know your biometric will do everything for me, and I do my thing.
And also it helps somehow for productivity.
Yeah.
Kama when writing emails, I don't know if you have noticed, ukiandika email nowadays, it kind of gives you what to write next ama what you can say next.
Yeah.
Especially kwa Gmail. And also like a predictive text, as you said earlier. Because sasa maybe nimechoka ama I'm still sleepy, so I'm just typing, hey, Karo, good. It just brings for me what I'm writing next, actually.
Yeah.
And it's actually nice because it's kind of helping me to be productive instead of waiting, you know?
Yeah. Even when we see like smart digital assistant, things like Kina Siri, Google Assistant, Alexa,
Gemini, yeah.
Kina Gemini, for people who have smart homes. Let's say, for example, right now you want to kutoka, and sijui kama umeona, but there's an influencer who has been doing her daily vlogs with how Siri wakes her up in the morning, and like the way she like reads off all the tasks that person needs to do, and probably you want to get out, and tuseme Mombasa Road kuna high traffic, so it will be able to tell you don't use this route and this route.
Yeah, just to use the other one. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is nice. I would like to have a smart home.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun, and you know, at least you can just command and you're just there relaxing.
I know. Yeah, so we can get to the privacy debate of this thing, because you know, at the end of it, everything has a good
And the bad side, yeah.
yeah, and a lot of people might seem to question about like the ethical and the legal questions which arise with this behavioral AI, because if something can keep your data and continue predicting everything you do.
Because imagine if someone who knows you, let's say if someone is stalking you for like a month, just a month, ashajua this is the time Caro goes to work, this is the time she goes back home, this is where she buys her lunch, this is what she eats for lunch. If someone stalks you, let's say for a month, and has all those details about you, so imagine your phone that you are using it like it's like your other let's say your other half, because it knows everything about you.
Yeah, because you see, uh, actually these smartphones of ours, say you might log out everything, but it still
Has
has
that
collected
information,
a
yeah.
lot of data from your phone. And probably if I give you my phone, probably lend you my phone to go and use it because I have another backup phone, and then you go and see some details about me, because at times unaweza pata simu yako inakuletea probably memories nini, then utapata this data at some point you might say, see, it's my phone, it can cause no harm to me, but that collective accumulation of that data might actually cause like a very huge harm, because at some point you might find out that your data is probably leaked, your personal information
Yeah,
is all over.
and the fact that you have a lot of cyber attacks that are happening.
Yeah, you find your data is all over, and you're probably wondering, hii information ilifikia aje watu? Kumbe it's that data which has been all along in your phone.
Yeah, you know, and another thing is, do we really give consent? Because most of the time when we open new apps, you know, kuna hiyo like the agreement that comes, the policies that come and pop up on your phone. We honestly, most of us, like I can say 8 out of 10 people, we just tap I agree. We
Eight
don't
ama
even
nine.
read 9, I think 9, or even 10, because we rarely, personally, we rarely read the policies, which
Yeah.
sasa mi tuseme I just for me to get into the app ama to get to what I want, let me just I agree and you know and move on. But the question remains is like how like do you know what you're agreeing to? Because even remember last week we were doing a shoot about safety phone,
Yeah.
and I think it's actually talking about the same thing. Like people
Yeah.
tap I agree, but we don't even read the policies that you're agreeing to. Yes, you're agreeing maybe something bad, and you're just there I agree just because you want to get into where you want to be.
Yeah, because at times you might find that it's the app is asking for like access to some apps in your phone.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
for me, at times, so I find like apps like those ones, I usually don't proceed with that login. I
Yeah,
just,
because it's kind of
because
creepy.
like I usually ask myself, why do you need to access this app in my phone? Because I don't see the
The
relevance
need,
of
yeah.
that app while I'm using this app. Because if I saw the relevance, hata singe download, ningetumia tu hiyo peke yake. So we should actually, hiyo part ya kusoma the agreement. We should.
Yeah, we should
because
be.
hata mimi personally I don't read most,
Yeah,
not
most
even
of the
most
time.
of the time, all the time. I just click agreed, we continue, agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know the companies are the ones that are holding that data and they're owning that data. And I believe you still have consent. If at some point a company holds my data, I still have the right to go to that company and tell them, I don't want you to like use my data for this and this,
Yeah.
like consent. Because I think you can withdraw the consent anytime you want.
Yeah, but you see, when we look at the dark pattern of this, you'll find that some apps have been designed with like an interface design that encourages you as the user to like click accept without even looking at the other thing. Yet behind the scene, there are hidden privacy settings zenye zina access your data without even you knowing, which is risky actually, because at the end of the day, as we need this AI, as we need this tech to make our lives easier, we still need to know how much of my data are you actually collecting when
Yeah.
I'm using this app.
Because I don't know if you've ever noticed, kama most of the cyber attacks that are happening, let's say kwa WhatsApp ama kwa SMS, sometimes they kind of relate with what we do. Cause assume right now, assume mi nakutumia pesa kila siku. Sawa, every day let's say I send you money. Then I receive an SMS saying, kindly tuma ile pesa kwa hii number. I'll assume it's you, right? Because
Yeah.
of that, like, it's always you. So kumbe ni mtu ame hack maybe your account ama your phone and is getting access to people. The same happens to WhatsApp. Someone texts you, hi Karo, vipi? Nilikuwa niko na shida ya hii pesa. So maybe you assume it's just a normal friend. But sometimes sasa if let's say mi na wewe hatuna tabia ya kuombana pesa, somehow I'll be suspicious. I'll be like, okay, let me confirm first before I send you the money. Because I don't know if it has ever happened to you, but me kuna siku, a girl texted me. She's in my contact list. I'm not her friend, okay? We just have each other's number, but we're not friends. We don't talk. Yeah. So she was like, hi, Tawida, how are you? There is this place that is looking for sijui what, and I think you're the right person. I read that message twice and I was like, okay, of all her friends, why didn't she pick all her friends and she came to me? So this message looks suspicious, and from the looks, she was hacked.
As we proceed, I have a question to ask you. Who, like, do you think owns this digital behavior, which is actually collected by this AI?
I feel it's the companies owning AI.
Do you feel like that data they are collecting from you, probably the one you've given consent and the one that you've not even given consent, do you feel like it's safe for them to be owning that data of yours?
I don't feel like it's safe because at some point, okay, maybe we trust most of the companies holding our information, but at the same time, I don't know what they're using, like what they're doing with my data. I don't know the data they collect from, let's say, my Google search. What are they doing with it? The information they get from this app that I'm using, what are they doing with it? I also need to know that, because most of the time, I mean, we agree to like ISO apps and everything, the policies, but we still don't know how are they using. Okay, I may have read the policy, maybe nikaielewa and I agreed to it, but still I need to know how is my data going to be used, because your data it can be used against you and it's yours. Yeah. So I think we need to know how our data is being used.
But come to think of it, do you know these companies are actually using that data as a business asset, not for the benefit of you, for the benefit of them, because when they are having this data, it's sort of a marketing strategy. If right now I see this AI has a lot of users, I'll probably trust it. It's just like a shoe plug. If right now a lot of people are plugging me to go and buy my shoe, tuseme at Tawida's closet saying, she has good shoes, she had this and this, I will definitely come and buy that shoe. The same thing applies to those AIs. A lot of people are using it. I'll also come and use it.
Yeah.
And they are using this data in that way to make their services more improved, more personalized, develop new products using that behavioral data of yours that you've keyed in their apps and in their sites, which I feel at some point it's not nice, because I feel like consent at some point will matter, because you can't use my data for your own benefit in something which is not even benefiting me directly.
But now I think the problem is that we are not, maybe we trust the companies too much. We are just maybe ignorant here. That's why we don't even care like where our data goes, who is owning our data, how is our data being used, you know.
I feel like ignorance might be the main problem at some point. And another thing, I meant to ask before I asked that question, do you think like that data can be sold?
It can. It can. I believe it can. I'm 100% sure my data can be sold to someone without my knowledge, without my consent, and sometimes sasa hapo ndo vitu zinakuwa, you want to sue maybe a company and maybe kumbe I consented it myself without even reading the policies.
Yeah, that's where those hidden privacy issues come.
Yeah, because I had consented. I said I agree. I tapped I agree, and now I see, let's say, my information roaming around. People leaked my information, and then I'm there. Oh, I want to sue you. I want to sue. And they're like, no, you can't sue us because you gave us the consent yourself. That's
probably being emailed by a therapist.
Yeah.
Not knowing very well it's the information you went to give ChatGPT about your mental health, the way you've been having mental breakdowns. Yeah.
I think it's just like most of the apps, peer health apps, sometimes they just predict what's next. I can say like the menstrual app for women, they just predict today you might be feeling this way, tomorrow you might be feeling this way. And how did it know? It's not like artistry, it's just genius. No, it's from the information that I think that's actually a good example, yeah. Because it checks your last maybe cycle, and this is what you filled in. And your next cycle, maybe that one of the symptoms you had filled in last time. Maybe that's true what you're feeling. And you might think, oh, this is genius.
I know.
Kumbe, it's just that it's the pattern. It knows. It keeps on checking off. This, she has filled in this today. She has filled in this today. So probably this is the next thing that she's going to fill.
Or probably I'll merge last month and 2 months ago, and bring it into one, and probably that's what you are actually feeling.
Yeah, that's so true. Actually, I think that's a very, very good example when it comes to predicting.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the future of this predictive AI? I can say behavioral AI, because they may know your personality at the end of the day, your communication style, your goals, your routine, your preferences. Let's say Sahi, my phone knows how I'm talking to my mom. My phone knows how I'm talking to Karo. Because of the way, like, you know, kuna venye naongea na wewe si the same way I'm talking to my mom, or the same way I'm talking to my brother, you know. Like, it's kind of predict. And also like my goals, maybe I've ever asked about this, how do I achieve this? So it already knows, definitely she wants to achieve this, so this is her goal, these are her goals.
Tech grows,
and
the way it's growing, the same way the behavioral AI is still evolving, and in some years to come it might be reshaping some aspects of our lives in ways that we could have not even imagined. Even in ways that right now, if you sit down and think of it, you'll say, here easy apply. For example, like the AI companion, the digital assistant, you'll find that probably in future, it's like every home, in years to come, it's like most of the homes, the AI assistants have become part and parcel of their daily lives. Because if right now a lot of people have started adapting to smart homes. Every time you wake up, you don't have to set that alarm on your phone. You have everything like sort of automated in your house. So sahi ukiwa tu kwa kitanda unasema Alexa make coffee, and you have everything, and every gadget in your home is like
automated.
It's automated and has like connection to each. So utapata like a lot of people have adopted to it, and it has actually become part of our lives. It's like a teammate. The way we work together, upate it's like a family member too in that household.
Yeah, and actually I think it can also help in education for students. So I think maybe, I don't know if some teachers understand this and I think others understand, others don't, that kila mwanafunzi ako na pace yake.
Yeah.
Kuna mwanafunzi mwenye ni fast learner, kuna mwingine ni slow learner, kuna mwingine yuko hapo in between, and sometimes it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
Because mwalimu atakuja asomesha, do you all understand? Yes. Kuna mwenye hajaelewa and they can't reach out. So could AI become the tutor that understand every student's strength and weaknesses better than a traditional classroom? Do you think?
Feel like yeah, it will be that, because you know, let's take for example for parents who prefer homeschooling, leave alone the school system now. The parents who prefer homeschooling, if right now you have like all the systems in your house integrated all together, including all your gadgets, and so you see probably your kid is using a tablet or the iPad to learn. If at any given time it detects like kuslow in the manner that mtoto wako anasoma, it will be actually more helpful, because it will give like a lot of ways in which you can improve the learning of this kid.
Yeah.
Kuliko venye, you know, for a teacher has a lot of students, and for him or her to cater for the needs of all those, it will take time, because you will not say sahi, I'm not understanding this. Now you have to create a personalized learning for me. And another kid in that class has another nini. So you'll not be able to like cater for all of us. But for the AI systems, it will be able to provide like personalization for each and every kid when it comes to learning.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like schools should invest like in tech a lot. Like a lot.
Because the way we are moving, I think we're moving in that direction. We should be moving in that direction, even in schools. Because it's such example that we are sticking to the traditional classrooms and everything. Tutaachwa nyuma.
Yeah.
Because sasa this kid, this generation, wao ndo they need to like, you know, yani wao ndo sasa ni the digital generation.
Plus, I feel like the curriculums go like changing as the years go by.
Yeah.
So at some point you might find that like the traditional classroom thing might actually not work for any of them.
Yeah.
But you see, the bottom line of this, the behavioral AI might actually, in years to come, be like the one which makes like more personalized and more effective choices, more than the choices we'll actually make.
Yeah, that's so true. And as we wrap up, you just believe that AI kind of helps. This behavioral AI really helps us like navigate traffic, detect mambo na fraud, helping us kwa health. Like it just helps us like in everything that we do. But at the same time, the important questions about privacy, ownership, na the future of human decision making, something that we really need to look into.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the challenge is not even about if behavioral AI will grow. It is definitely going to grow, because the way it is right now, it's not the way it will be in the next 5 years. And here, we'll see the challenges will be like, will it be able to respect human rights? Will it be able to respect my own privacy? Will the people who are making this nini, will they like stop having those hidden privacy things? Because at the end of the day, I need to know if kuna privacy things things which can alter with my data, I need to know them so that I can make an informed decision. Will I continue or will I stop at that point?
And the last question, I think I'll ask this question to our listeners.
Okay.
If your phone knows you better than your best friend, who really understands you more? The people in your life or the algorithms you've been training every single day? And it was a really interactive session.
True.
Yeah, I was your host, Tauhida Ali.
And I'm Caroline Wavinya. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and click the notification bell for updates on the next episode. And also listen to our audio episodes on Spotify.
See you on the next episode.